What field of work are you in, Robin?
I'm a sales manager for a successful novated leasing company.
And what was your understanding of emotional intelligence before you completed the program?
I had very little understanding about emotional intelligence, almost none.
And when you selected the course, was there an issue or a problem that you were looking to solve? And if so, what was it?
I guess for me, under ideal conditions, so when I'm not under stress and when I'm well rested, I consider myself to be a very empathetic and a patient person. But when I am under a bit of duress or I haven't had a lot of sleep, I think if I become agitated, I can sometimes react to something someone says or just a particular events that arise in the workplace in a manner that I'm not entirely happy with. I think you should always act in a considered and constructive way, and there are times when I don't do that to the level that I would like to do all the time. So that was something I wanted to address.
Did you have any hesitation about purchasing the program? Were you reluctant about anything?
I did have some hesitation. I was concerned that emotional intelligence wasn't something that you could actually improve or learn. That was probably my biggest concern.
And what were two things that you learnt from undertaking the emotional intelligence program, and how has this assisted you in your current position?
I learned a lot around how to identify different stresses in your life, both at home and at work, and then how to deal with stress. I also I learned about when going into communication with a staff member or any sort of meeting, it's always important to focus on what your primary objective is and to base your communication or to structure your communication, your presentation to that person around achieving what that objective is, and also to consider what sort of personality they are and how they're going to receive what you're going to be saying to them, which might be different to how you would respond to the same presentation.
And how has the program affected you when dealing with either difficult customers or work colleagues that you have previously struggled to build a rapport with?
I think I've always dealt with difficult customers fairly well, but the program had an almost immediate effect in dealing with difficult employees, and I very quickly took the view that I wanted to test what I'd learnt in the program. So whenever an employee became aggressive or if they became a bit defensive, I was just very mindful of their emotions and was constantly thinking about a strategy to disarm them, to make whatever I was trying to say to them a bit more effective and more likely to sink in. So it's just really improved my awareness of how other people are feeling at the time and how I should be talking to them as a result of their current mood or emotions.
And have these skills that you've learnt in the program also assisted you in your personal relationships? And if so, how?
Absolutely. So the same rules apply in communicating with absolutely everyone. And I've noticed my communication with family under similar conditions where you can sometimes be a bit short with family members because you see them a lot, just like work colleagues. It's important to be mindful of your mood and your emotions and how that's going to influence just the way that you're communicating. And I think I find myself now being a lot more measured and deliberate in my responses.
And would you recommend the emotional intelligence program to anyone? And if so, why, and who do you think would benefit?
Okay. I said this very early on when I was doing my course to a couple of people that I work with. I think pretty much anyone at all levels could benefit from the course because For me, it would directly improve how all of the staff in a particular organisation would communicate with each other. And I think everyone wants to work in a workplace that is a bit more harmonious and that has a constructive level of communication throughout. So I think anyone could benefit from this course.
Thanks, Robin.